Barakathu Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone that rule well. And shalom to brothers and highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we have found that number to be the living. All right, so I'm gonna just get right on into it. The brother Taza War has, posted this up in the chat. And again, an end time headlines, news, info. Russia's at it. Russia's continually grinding. Russia's working. All right. Damn near every 6 or 7 months, Russia's unveiling some new missile, some new long range or some new technology missile that is going to, assist in their arsenal to obliterate Babylon the Great. All right. So let's get right into this little topic. It says Russian tests nuclear powered flying Chernobyl missile super capable of unlimited range. All right. So when you really think about why is Russia making these missiles so they can fly to unlimited range? Because these missiles are being made for one place and one place only. They're not building these long range missiles to hit Ukraine. They're not building these long range missiles to hit the surrounding countries. These missiles are strategically and specifically designed to be launched to here in Babylon the Great. All right. And when you go to that word Chernobyl comes from the word wormwood, right? Which means bitter. So it's only right that they name it Chernobyl, right? A bitter missile to land and destroy a bitter place, America, Babylon the Great. All right, dated October 26, 2025. Let's read. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a successful test of the 9M730 Bereznik missile, a nuclear-powered weapon NATO dubs Skyfall. Dubbed the Flying Chernobyl by critics, the missile promises unlimited range and evasion of defenses. All right, and this is pretty much the going theme, about America's missile defense system. It's mediocre at best. And these military leaders, they know this. They know that there's not much this military defense system or missile defense system is going to have to offer when these thermonuclear missiles are being shot all over the world to come to this place. All right. So let's back out for a quick minute. Let's back out. And let's go down to one of these Google searches here. All right. So we'll start here. So I inquired about the distance between Russia and America. It says the distance between the United States and Russia varies greatly depending upon the location, but their closest points are the Diamond Islands and Bering Strait, which are only about 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers apart. At the furthest points, the countries could be thousands of miles apart, with a rough estimate of 4,335 miles between the two nations. The closest distance between mainland Alaska and mainland Russia is about 55 kilometers across the Bering Strait. All right. So roughly, let's just, for numbers' sake, let's just round it up to 5,000 miles. Right? There's a distance between 5,000 miles. So let's go back to our article here. And it says, Putin hailed the launch during a military visit, stating, It is a truly unique system, one that no other country in the world possesses. The test covered 14,000 kilometers over 15 hours, per General Valery Gerasimov. All right, well, the hell with his name, but I'm going to say this. 14,000 kilometers, right? So 14,000 kilometers is roughly 8,000, 9,000 miles. All right. So if mainland America and mainland Russia stand about 5,000 miles, and that missile, all right, Chernobyl, has a range of 14,000 kilometers, which is 8,000 miles, America's finished. And who knows at what production rate they're pushing these things out. All right? But let's continue reading because it's going to get a little better. It says, so this thing also flew for 15 hours in one test flight. And Vladimir Putin mentioned the success in the maneuverability and the capabilities of this thing. All right? Let me go back. Let me go back again just to get a little more info. Where are we here? Here. Now, this is an overview of the 9M730 missile. All right? The Arsenault missile has a virtually unlimited range due to its nuclear propulsion. Recent tests show it can fly for thousands of kilometers, with one test flight covering 14 kilometers over 15 hours. The missile's ability to fly at low altitudes is also highlighted as a way to evade air defense, notes PBS Wikipedia. Now, let's jump down right here. Low altitude flight. It says the missile can fly as low as 50 meters, which equals 160 feet above the ground, making it difficult for air defense systems to detect and intercept. You see that? So that's 50 meters is a little more than half of a football field. Okay? So if that thing is flying that low, then it has to have great maneuverable capabilities in order for it to, reach its target. And all that being said, when was the last time we seen America put some type of display, some type of nuclear weapon with, hypersonic capabilities or, long range capabilities, flight time duration capabilities? America hasn't done shit. America has not done a damn thing. All right? So one may say, oh, they're keeping it a secret. Ain't no damn secret. America can't keep no secrets. There's no way they can keep themselves from telling on themselves, as the scripture said they would. All right? So we have a long-range missile called Chernobyl, which means bitter, to be sent to a place called Babylon the Great, which also means roughly means bitter. The other word, I don't want to use it because they're gonna start clipping my page. But all that being said, brothers who have ears to hear, let them hear and understand. All right. So there's no hope for this missile defense system over here in Babylon. There's no hope for any proper retaliation. With a missile flying this low, you ain't even gonna know what's being launched. That's going to be totally stealth mode. All right, so let's go back to this article. It says the 12-meter missile armed with a thermonuclear warhead uses a nuclear engine for global reach. Putin called a weapon of unlimited range powered by a nuclear engine and invincible against missile shields. Unveiled in 2018 on Putin's superweapons, the Arsenault flies low to evade radar. Putin previously described it as a radically new type of weaponry with unlimited range and unlimited ability to maneuver. Skeptics abound. U.S. officials Thomas Countryman labeled it a uniquely stupid weapon system. And of course, America, they love to criticize when knowing their shit ain't on point. Okay? It says, warning of a flying Chernobyl risk Russia's own safety via radioactive leaks. Come on, man. This is why America's the laughing stock. Here Russia is. They're doing what they need to do. America's just all talk. All talk. Look at Donald Trump. He's probably the biggest shit-talking president in U.S. history. Funny dude, but probably the biggest shit-talking president in U.S. history. You don't see Putin joking like that. You never seen Ahmadinejad joking like that. You don't see Kim Jong-un joking like that. As Ice Cube say, ain't nobody in the hood play like that. You see? But America, it's that laughing stock of the world. Full of stupidity. All right? All right, but that's just about it on this article. Let's go back to some scriptures. That's just about it. All right? So, we got this new missile that Russia tested that they're telling you, listen, it was successful. It was really successful. All right? So we got America. The distance between America and Russia is about 5,000 miles. All right? So that missile is slated to fly 14,000 kilometers, which is about 9,000, 8,000, 9,000 miles. So that thing flying at a low range, this place don't stand a chance, man. All right, let's check something else out. What is this here? Now, we all know and understand that Russia had a missile named Satan. But just to prove that, it says, yes, Russia does have a missile that has been given the name Satan and Satan II by NATO. All right, but these are not their official Russian designations. The names are used as reporting by Western military alliances. So if the Western military is dubbing these things named by the name of Satan, it's going to come with some fire, man. All right. People don't believe when we say Russia has a missile by the name of Satan. And there you have it. They have it. The R-36 SS-18 Satan. All right. Let's go up here. This is Ezekiel 38:4. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, and all thy army and horses and horsemen, all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling swords. All right. So again, this is talking about Russia, and the Lord's bringing them back to that prominence, to that military strength, and all the alliance, all the other nations that are aligned with Russia are going to be handling swords and armor. The time is set, man. All right? It's about to begin. And I love the fact that it says clothed with all sorts of armor. It just gives me the thought of Russia having all sorts of thermonuclear missiles ready to launch, ready to go. Ready to go. But then you got these foolish, American military, officials calling Russia's, game plan stupid and dangerous. Yeah, the hope of Babylon is circling the drain, man. This place is just about finished. Jeremiah 50 In 14 and jump down to 39, it says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her." And this is another thing that Russia's going to do. Russia's also going to give these missiles to different regions and different nations. So they're all going to be able to have that nuclear capability, whether they be off the coast in the submarines, whether they be missiles that are, right off the coast, of Russia, pointing towards Alaska and that region. Everybody's going to have that thermonuclear missile, and everybody's going to shoot that missile over here. As it is written, "Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord." Okay? Spare no arrows, meaning leave nothing in the silos, leave nothing in the chambers. Let them all fly. Jumping down to verse 39. "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according according to all that she has done, do unto her. For she has been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel." All right? So no matter how you slice it, man, the Lord has indignation for this nation. And he's going to assemble all these nations perfectly. They're going to be perfectly assembled. They're going to surround this place in a perfect fashion where not a damn thing's going to escape out of here from them thermonuclear missiles, man. It doesn't matter how deep you dig into these rocks. It doesn't matter how deep you go into the ocean. And even when you try to lift yourself up into the skies. And nobody's talking about this but the hopeful elect. Nobody's gearing you up and preparing you for the thermonuclear destruction that's coming. Nobody. And this is why when the brothers of Great Millstone, from the head apostles on down, make videos, they're edifying, they're exhorting, they're uplifting, they're faith builders. These are the things that we have been commanded to do, to give you people that comfort, to know that these are the words that the Lord has spoken unto us to give unto you, that you may be comforted, that you may have some stability when all hell starts breaking loose. Right? Let's move on. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." And all these arrows, aka nuclear missiles, are going to be shot into the ends of the world. All of them. All right? We just read, "Spare no arrows." And this is why it's going to be a fearful sight for these other heathens and nations on the other side of the world when they see the smoke of the burning of Babylon the Great rising up forever and ever. This is going to be a fearful sight. And keep in mind, they're walking on the same planet that we're on. So when the scripture says this earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard, you better best well believe they're going to feel that shit, man. They're going to feel this earth reeling and to and fro. And then and only then are they going to know that the Lord liveth, that created heaven and earth, that rose up the children of Israel, that has fought for the children of Israel. You see? And then again, it's going to be known who are the Lord's chosen people. I seen a video the other day. Some devil was doing a voiceover talking about, the African Americans you see in the streets, they got it wrong. Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it says, "See, and no man shall buy you." How did they equate that to them? And it said no man will buy them. Then he had a video of a compilation of pictures of slave auctions and so on and so forth, showing us the children of Israel being bought. He's like, you see right here is proof that they were bought, and the scripture says no one's gonna buy them. The big deception, trying to deceive the world to believe that we're not those people. We're just disgruntled so-called black men on the corners yelling and screaming. But you know what you can't stop? You can't stop the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? The Lord said he's going to put his spirit in all flesh. So it doesn't matter what you put up for videos. It doesn't matter what you say or how you portray us to be. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is working, which most of you know nothing about. Okay? From there, Isaiah 34:5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Esau, Edom. He has been given the earth. He has been given the ability to rule. All right? Especially in this kingdom. There's still that enmity between the children of Israel and the children of Edom. So therefore, we know that the Edomites are still here. We know that there are arch nemesis. We know that the Lord said he's going to, at the point in time, round them up, put them in bundles, and burn them. That still hasn't happened. That's still a major prophecy. So for anybody who reads the Bible, picks up the Bible, and professes to be a scholar in the Bible, you gotta prove that prophecy has already come to pass. That these people were put in bundles and burned. Prove that. All right? And while you're proving it, you also have to understand it specifically speaks about Esau, Edom, specifically and only. So if you can't prove that has already happened, that definitely tells you that's a future prophecy about to happen. And if it's a future prophecy about to happen, that means what? Esau, Edom is still roaming the planet. But you're gonna find out. Everything's gonna be revealed in this time. All right. Now going back to Revelation 8 and 11, let me jump down. I just want to bring out that point. It says, I had mentioned Chernobyl goes back to the word wormwood, which means bitter, and it tells you that here in Revelation 8 and 11. It says, "In the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter." So that word wormwood means bitter. In America also name is bitter, means bitter. So therefore, all that being said, this whole thing that's about to shake up the world with these thermonuclear destruction, these plagues, all this thing that's going down, the Lord's about to reveal it all. All right? So with all that, I'm going to say shalom. Lord will, I'm going to see you brothers another one.